Welcome back. Now we got a hang of Vim in previous videos. It's time to learn next best thing in Linux, TMUX. TMUX is the terminal multiplexer, and as name imply, it solves a very single purpose. It allows users to run multiple instances of terminals inside same terminal. So just like Vim make session, it saves users workspace settings and allows user to quickly retrieve session when they have been working on. TMUX goes one step ahead of it. Sudo opt install TMUX is all it takes to install that. Now it allows users to save multiple session windows and without killing those windows. That's the biggest advantage of using TMUX sessions rather than using Vim make sessions. Alright, so if you want to learn about the TMUX, the best tutorial you can get is manual of the TMUX itself. So just type man TMUX and it will take you to the TMUX tutorial or TMUX manual from in your command prompt window itself. Now here you can see, as is a very nicely written documentation, you'll find every command you need to know, everything you need to know about the TMUX in this manual itself. Alright, so first thing you want to do, TMUX ls. So once the TMUX is installed, you want to know how many TMUX session your machine is already running. So TMUX ls will tell you exactly how many TMUX session you are running. In my case, it's none. So now let's go open that. So if you just type TMUX, it's going to open a new window, but it's always a good idea to give it a full command. So TMUX new session, new -session, and then you can always give a name to that session. Right, so let me try it again. Looks like I did a mistake here. TMUX new -session -t Amit. Alright, so here as you can see, I have just opened a new terminal TMUX session here, and there are only one windows inside that. So at the bottom of the window you will see that there's only one window. It's like window name is 0. So here let me open a vimrc file in this window. Alright. So here you can open the multiple windows. So here the leader key you have to know about the TMUX is Control B. So Control B is the key which you use to switch from one TMUX window to another TMUX window. So now as you can see, I have come out of the TMUX, and now if you do a TMUX ls here, you can see I have already running one TMUX session here. Now if you want to go, and that's the beauty of it, suppose you are running some process in TMUX in an existing session, you can always quit and you can come back and you can find that process running as is in the same terminal window. Alright, so let me go attach to that session. So what that means is I already have a TMUX session. Let me go back and attach to that. That means let me open that session here. So here what you need to do here, TMUX attach -session -t, and you give the session name. Now before I do that, let me create another session, say Amit2, so that I can demonstrate how to attach to a particular session here. So TMUX new session -t Amit2, and here I'm going to open, say, another, for example, I'm working on another project here. It's completely separate thing. So here let me open a random VI file here. Alright, so now let me come out of that. So come out means detaching from the session. So to command to do that is Control B and detach. That means D. Alright, so, and if you want to move from, we'll see how to move within the windows here, but for now let's just learn how to create a new session, how to detach it. So actually my focus is on the Firefox, so it's not letting me do that. Let me try again. Control B. See, Control B opens the browser default favorite window. Let me just first highlight, put my cursor to this Vim window here. Let me try Control B, D. So that's how you are detached. Okay. So now if I go and do the TMUX ls, so it will tell me that there are two different TMUX sessions running. So now to attach to a particular session here, all you need to do, TMUX attach -session -t, that means target. So what is the session you want to target here? So -t, and then followed by name of that particular session. All right. So if you do, say, for example, say Amit2. All right. Okay. So it will take me to the session, the second session what I created earlier. Right. So now that's how you create the new session, and that's how you attach it. But how, for example, you want to create different windows, how to move within one particular session. Now let's cover that part. So let's go. I'm going to first kill off the sessions. Let me just demonstrate that command as well, how to kill that. So kill session -a -t and give it a name. No, that's wrong. All right, let me do ls again. See, I just killed one of those sessions here. So we have only one session left. Let's go attach to that session. So TMUX attach session. Okay, now inside this session, so for example, I have one window open. So you can open multiple windows inside that. So I have only one window open here. Let me just, what you can do, you can create that new window. So again, obviously follow the leader key, Control B, that means leader key, and then create. So Control B, C, create a new window. Right? You can create as many windows as you want. It's not a good idea to create many windows because you can have multiple sessions. So for example, one project related thing I would like to keep in one TMUX session. So here, as you can see, I have 3 different windows here. Now, so to move from one window to another is very, very simple. Control B, and if you give a number, so for example, Control B 2, it takes you to the second window, or you can do N or P, so previous or next. You can use those kind of command. All right, so here, let's say, for example, I'm going to open any file, any vimrc file in this particular window here. So here, as you can see, if you see the star at the window number 2, I am running. That's what the star indicates. That's my active window right now. So for example, if you want to move to previous window, so what you can do, Control B, either you say 0. That means it goes to the 0th window, or you can give either you can give the number, or you can use the P or N. Totally depends on that. Okay, numbers quickly, if you have too many windows open, number allows you to quickly move to a particular window here. All right, so the idea is in one window, for example, I'm running a Julia or Python process here. In second window, I'm running an HTTP server, for example, and third window, I can start coding this one. So that way you can have multiple things running, and without worrying about quitting that. For example, you just come out of the session whenever you're done, and even if you're not done, because your session will keep on running in the background. And here, let me show you. Sometimes you get, if you have too many windows open, you can get confused. You can always rename that window. So Control B, comma. So Control B, comma, it allows you to name a window. So for example, here I'm running a bash, and you can rename it to anything you want. So give it a logical name. So for example, in this window, I'm going to run my Python process, Python HTTP server here. In first window, I was working on the code, and third window, I'm working on something else, right? So, and then you just detach it. Control B, detach. You come out of that, you already have one, your session here, and as you can see, you opened 3 different windows. So you have 3 windows running on one particular session here. Let me go and attach to that session again here, and it retains the previous stage. So the beauty part of it, if you're running an HTTP server or any complex process, you don't need to babysit that. You can keep that running on the TMUX, and you can quickly toggle and you start doing something else while your another project is running. Right, so I'm not going to cover everything in detail. It was a very preliminary video just to support that, how to use Vim as an IDE. But I want to cover a couple of things here. So for example, how the buffer, everything else is it follows the Vim tradition. So if you want to move within a window, you can split the screen, and you can use the Vim command to move from one place to another. The only difference is, so TMUX related commands start with Control B. Okay, everything else is just for example, is running a Vim editor. So everything else is Linux specific. Again, if you want there are a lot many options out there. TMUX, you can always change those settings. There is a TMUX related configuration file. Again, is not a very detailed tutorial about the TMUX. This tutorial I only made so that I can demonstrate how I set up my Vim as an IDE. And in one session, I'm running, for example, Angular, other is Flutter, and another is Julia or Python. So how to manage these 3 different sessions within same machine. So that was the only purpose I wanted to show this, how the TMUX I'm going to set up. All right, so that's in this video. In next video, we are going to work on the set up the plugin, and then followed by how to set up our Vim as a complete IDE. Thank you.